Is your name Hannibal Lecter? Do you recall the events that led to your family's murder? The little boy Hannibal died out in that snow. He was raised in a work camp.
Let's hear you scream, little master.
What he is now, there's no word for it. Do you have any guilty knowledge of the death of Paul Momoun?
Guilty knowledge? I found them. The men who killed my family.
He was killed in the woods where your family died.
His face had been eaten. Now tell me, Inspector. You lost family in the war.
Yes.
Did you catch who did it?
No.
Then we are both suspects.
It's Lecter. He's tracking them down one by one.
If they catch Hannibal, they'll shoot him.
Stop now. Forgive them.
Never. Good evening, Inspector.
Hi, welcome to Just Another Review Cast. I am your host, Anne.
And I'm Rob. So today we will be talking about the 2007 Hannibal Rising unrated version with a runtime of about 2 hours, 10 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, this is not one of my favorite versions.
Why is that?
Because it feels like it excuses his later crimes.
But this isn't an excuse, as him evolving into that killer that we know him much better as in the later ones.
Yeah. In the book Hannibal, it really just kind of alluded to it, so you don't actually know if he's telling the truth regarding it, and I just really loved that whole, is he lying, is he telling the truth, is he playing a sympathy card type thing, type idea.
But the movie does explain his background, where he comes from, and how he became the way he is. He got a taste for it during the events in this movie.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't call it quits after he was done.
Yeah. And we'll definitely have to get into a lot of that type of stuff.
Okay. So, did we want to do your little bit of psychoanalysis before or after?
Probably after.
Okay.
That way we can talk about things we talk about in this review.
Okay. So, the movie starts off with young Hannibal in a forest scene with his sister, Misha, playing on a dock in Lithuania with their family castle in the background.
Yeah. And he lives in a castle because he is technically Count Hannibal Lecter the Eighth.
Which is only explained in the books,
yes, correct?
Okay. Which was never mentioned that he had a lordly title or anything in the movies.
Yeah.
So, as he's playing on the dock, there was an explosion out on the hill that you can see happening in the background. He gets back to this house with his sister Misha, and they're in the middle of basically evacuating.
Yep. World War II is in full force.
Yep. It is. And the German army is moving in.
Yep.
So, they evacuate to a hut their hunting lodge.
Yep.
I guess you could say is what it is.
Yep, hunting lodge. Yep.
That's still on their grounds.
Yep.
Don't know why they didn't try to get any further though.
I guess just to stay on the property any further, you're going to have other people assisting you. You're going to have to pay for lodgings, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
And a hunting lodge is usually well hidden as well, so.
Okay. So the German army moves in and occupies the castle.
Yep.
It's a defensible strong point, so yeah, they're going to stay there and put up a headquarters there.
Yep.
While during this scene, the Nazis were questioning some of the house employees.
Yeah.
And this is where we see a kind of local militia group show up and try to prove their worth to the Nazis.
Yeah, collaborators. That's how I usually call them.
Okay, the collaborators. And they were told to shoot the Jew.
Of course.
Of course. And to threaten another man, wondering if he's a gypsy or a Jew or whatnot. But they ended up being interrupted in the middle of all that for some reason.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember why.
I don't know. Because the Russians were coming. That's
Oh, that's right. The Russians. Yeah, because...
So, yeah. After that breakup, we see a Russian tank plowing through the forest to the hunting lodge.
Yep. Looking for water.
Yes. And they're plowing through the forest to the house. They order everyone out, claiming they only want water from the well.
Yeah.
In which they do. They just held the adults at gunpoint, kept the kids inside,
Yep.
and started taking water from the well.
Yep.
Okay, at this time, a German Air Force basically shows up. And
Luftwaffe.
I'm not going to use that term, just airplane. So, German airplane.
Okay.
So, the German airplane comes in for a strafing run on the tank.
Yep.
Because the tank's obviously in the middle of getting water and whatnot, and most of the crew's off the tank right now.
Yep.
So, during the strafing run, the plane actually shoots the dad in the back as he's trying to run to his family.
Yeah.
So, and one of the tank crew members actually get up on the little machine gun in the turret and was starting to shoot the airplane, and basically killed the pilot and the engine, and the plane ended up crashing into the tank, and which eliminated them both.
Yeah.
So, and because of that explosion, Mom got a whole bunch of shrapnel in her back,
Yep.
and she ends up dying also.
Yep. Leaving Hannibal and Misha only left.
So, after that scene, we come to our collaborators or militia people at this time.
Yep.
They end up taking an ambulance and pretend to be medics, and they have now officially turned into looters.
Yeah, deserters.
Well, they weren't really part of the army to begin with. Oh, they did have the dog tags. What
Yeah.
army were they with? Lithuanian?
They were with the Lithuanians, I think, working for Germans. Yeah, they would have been working with the German side.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
But from here on, I'm going to be basically referring to them as the looters.
Okay.
Because that's how they ended up being.
Okay.
They end up deserting, turning looting wise.
Yeah.
So they end up killing the Nazi commander that they were originally were going to work for before the Russians showed up.
Yep.
Okay. So, next scene is it's middle of winter basically now.
Yeah.
Snow's falling and everything. We're seeing Hannibal now, and there's wolves outside of his hunting lodge now, basically eating the dead bodies.
Yep.
Because, of course, they're starving. So,
And if I remember right, they were actually living in that lodge for about 3 months with the parents before they were killed. So they were really kind of in that whole situation of barely able to find food and everything beforehand.
Yep.
So
The looters then find Hannibal's house and terrorize the kids, basically.
yeah,
Because they find out there's only kids, and so they just basically,
take over.
terrorize them, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And throw them upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the looters search the house, are searching the house for any valuables, and mainly food, though, because they are also starving.
Yep.
It's the middle of winter, they don't have provisions, and it's just because the army's basically stripped the countryside.
Yeah.
So, they listen to the radio that's there at the hunting lodge, and they find out they're basically trapped behind lines, and they have no way really to escape.
Mm-hmm.
So, and everyone is now starving
Yep.
because there is no food. Okay. The leader of the looters comes to the decision internally, because there is no food, to eat one of the kids.
Yep.
You don't really see it happening at this point or anything, but you know from everything that's implied during this scene, you know that they're going to eat one of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "We eat or we die," looking at the kids. And then every one of those looters slowly start looking at the kids when they see where he's looking at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have troubles with a lot of this just because it's so disturbing. So
But are there accounts of this happening in World War II?
In World War II, you know what? I do not know exactly. I refuse to look that one up. It terrifies me too much.
Okay.
That's not a whole I have yet to get the courage to look up. But pre-World War II, in the Ukraine, they did have something called the Holodomor, which is basically a starvation thing.
Is it anything like the Irish potato famine?
No, it was done almost on purpose.
So the government starved people?
The Soviet government that was occupying Ukraine at the time, they needed more food, so they made Ukrainians basically work for the food and took almost all of it. And after it, thousands of people were persecuted for cannibalism. So it was pretty bad.
It seems kind of almost like a double jeopardy thing in that case. It's like
It is.
it's like you're going to give us all your food, and then if you guys eat each other, we're going to prosecute you.
Yep. It is. But this was under bad governments. It was not a good time. And that happened from 1932 to 1933. So,
Yeah, that bites.
yeah. So, I don't know about on the during World War II fronts. I am too worried about looking that one up.
Okay.
I've heard too many horror stories without even getting into cannibalism.
Okay. Backstory. So, after the whole we eat or we die thing, it's now 8 years later at an orphanage.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was just a boys' school until they mentioned that it's an orphanage.
Yep.
At the old family home. One of the boys is a bully, and he's yelling at Lecter about something and whatnot. He goes to strike him. Lecter, unbeknownst to the bully, palmed a fork.
Good job, Lecter.
And when he goes to strike Lecter, Lecter just raises the fork and the bully stabs himself.
Yep. I love the fork.
Now, during this whole time, Hannibal is basically mute.
Yes.
He will not talk to anybody because of the past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the headmaster, of course, because of this, takes Lecter into his office and starts lecturing him. And he's all like, "You do not honor the human pecking order. You're always picking on the bullies."
Now we understand his whole eat the rude thing.
And it's like, how do you look at that? It's like picking on the bullies or standing up for yourself. That's the same thing. He's standing up for himself.
Again, it's like the Holodomor. There's no winning. It's bad versus bad here. I mean, again, Soviet-occupied Lithuania. So, and Lithuania had a lot of resistance fighters. And so anyone that could possibly try to keep in line, it was, boom, you are staying in line. You are staying in this order.
But still, the bully was also just another kid there, with a little bit of authority.
That's how you start, though. That's how you get it. You get it from from when they're kids. You had kids who would turn on their parents and send them to gulags.
Okay. Okay, movie. Well, that night, he has a flashback about the looters and Misha. No real detail, just flashes.
Yep.
About them taking Misha away. Okay.
And the bully does not like that because he can't get sleep.
Yeah, because he's always screaming or making noises during this time. That's the only time he really voices anything.
Yep.
So, he's woken up by the bully and was told to base and was taken down to the cellar and sleep in there.
Yep.
So, of course, he knows the cellar because that's his house.
Yep.
And he gets out and contemplates killing the bully briefly there.
Yeah.
as the bully's sleeping.
What was that weapon he was using? Was that a sickle?
Yeah, that was a hand sickle.
Hand sickle? Okay.
Yep. So he ends up going into the headmaster's office, gets the letters that his mom left in the hidden compartment, and he leaves the house.
Yep.
And heads out towards the border.
Yep. He defects.
No, he's not defecting. He hasn't actually joined any type of military. So how's he defecting?
I thought it was still called defect if you left a closed border place.
No, I think it's just running away.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not that big into the proper term. Okay, so as he's scouting the Soviet border, he uses a scarecrow to distract the dogs in the guard and makes it across.
Yep.
And he goes on a long journey to France.
Yep.
So, in France, earlier in the movie, it's mentioned that he does have relatives in France.
Yep.
And so he makes his way to this really rich-looking house where his relatives supposedly are at.
Yeah.
His aunt and uncle. His uncle and aunt. And finds out that his uncle is dead, but he has a very lovely Asian aunt.
Lady Murasaki.
Very lovely. So, once he gets established that, yes, he is this lady's nephew, he's there, gets cleaned up, and his first night there, he has more flashbacks of Misha and what happened. A little bit more, not much. And next morning during breakfast, he had another flashback about Luther's cooking, and he cuts himself in the process of that flashback.
Yeah.
Pretty deeply on his thumb. And his aunt stops him and sews him up. But during this whole ordeal, you never see Lecter in any type of pain. Never flinches, nothing.
Yeah.
No reaction to it.
Physical pain is a lot easier to deal with than when you're going through flashes of like actual mental pain. It's
okay. So, and at this time, Lecter talks for the first time.
Yeah.
He says thank you to his aunt.
Yep.
Or aunt, however you want to say it.
Have I been saying that word differently too?
I don't know. I kind of flip-flop between them.
Okay.
So, Hannibal starts learning, finds out that his aunt's descendant of a samurais, basically.
Yep.
And starts learning kendo.
Oh, was it kendo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From his aunt.
Okay. I like that scene. But I'm gonna
bashing people with wooden swords.
Yeah.
Okay. So he starts getting attached to his aunt in a You can see he's latching onto her as an anchor, basically.
Yeah.
So next scene we see him at a fish market or a butcher market with his aunt, and of course there's the typical racist guy there that's making fun of his aunt and everything. And basically Hannibal beats the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And trying to defend his aunt's honor or whatnot.
And then he gets brought in, and that's when he meets Inspector Popeil.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
But after that, there was another flashback while he was cleaning the sword, too, back at the house.
Okay.
And he starts associating the butcher with the looter leader, whoever that guy's name was again.
Those names are hard to pronounce.
Yeah, I know. They're not really hard. It's just hard to remember who's who.
Yeah.
Because there's what, half a dozen of them?
5, but 5 that were there.
Okay. And because he was associating the butcher with that looter, he basically runs, quote, air quotes, into the butcher while the butcher is out fishing at a pond.
Yep.
And basically, well, ends up beheading him.
Yeah.
And that's when the inspector shows up.
Okay. I thought that he questioned him after beating him up.
Nope.
Before this. Okay.
No, he was brought in to talk to a different inspector.
Okay, that was a different one? Okay.
Yeah, that was just the local one.
Okay.
This inspector that shows up is a war crimes one.
Yeah. Okay.
So, after this whole questioning and everything, it's like, yay. Okay. So the aunt finds the butcher's head. On a platter, on her little family shrine, actually, is what it is.
Okay.
That Hannibal left for display. And he talks about how easy it was to cut him. So, Inspector Popeil, Popil,
Inspector Popeil.
yeah, takes Lecter in for questionings at this point, after the aunt finds the head. Pardon me.
He has no guilty knowledge of it.
No, the lie detector doesn't react at all to him, no matter what questions are asked.
Yeah.
He's just a straight baseline.
Yeah.
And the inspector's like, what type of monster is he?
Lie detectors, anybody how they basically work is they ask regular questions and then they compare it to...
They do a baseline.
Yeah. And normally you're going to react to something. Most normal people are going to react to at least something on there. And so that's why they're like, why isn't he reacting to anything?
Yeah.
So, but they're also I don't really trust lie detectors, and they're not even admissible in court. So
Not anymore, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in order for the aunt to get Hannibal out of the questioning and possible arrest, even though they had no real evidence on him, she takes the butcher's head and sticks it on a spike in front of the police station, basically, on a fence spike.
Yep. And goes Inglorious Bastards on him.
How's that?
The swastika carved into his forehead.
Okay. And so the police release him because someone else had the head.
Yep.
So, at this point, Hannibal enters med school.
Yep.
Or applies to med school and gets accepted. The death duties of his uncle's estate came due, and they were forced to sell a house and move.
Do not ask me anything about death duties. I do not know.
It's a death tax,
Okay.
basically. Inheritance tax, something like that.
Okay.
So the aunt and Hannibal moved to Paris.
Yep.
And this is where he starts his work training program, his work scholarship.
Yep.
So basically, he's learning a lot of internal organs and whatnot on his own while they're studying. Because he's got to go out there, collect bodies. He's got to prep for the autopsies for the doctors. Sorry.
Yeah.
And all the grunt work, basically.
Yep.
So.
In the book, during all this time, actually, he also is working with Inspector Popeil as well, actually, because he is trying to get back a lot of the art and stuff like that was looted from his place. And so they actually know each other a little bit better in the book because Popeil is helping him try to get all his family stuff back as well.
Okay. So, he wants to find the looters to find out what happened to Misha. Because he still can't remember what actually happened.
Yeah. Bad idea. Bad. Never try to remember something if your brain doesn't remember it.
While doing his work study at the med school, he goes for a pickup at the jail. An execution that's going to happen. So he's there to pick up the body, and he runs to the inspector, and they have a little bit of a chat.
Yep.
After they leave, there's a flashback. Then, and he sees them taking Misha outside, and then them cooking food. The house is bombed at this point in this flashback.
Yep.
One of the looters died.
Yep. So now we have 4 looters.
And Hannibal escapes and is rescued by the Russian army.
Yep.
With, of course, the lock chain around his neck and everything else. He kind of collapsed in a field in front of the Russian soldiers.
Yeah.
So, he gets on a train to go back to Russia. Now, at the border, he has to give...
Lithuania.
Well, technically, it's Russian territory at this point.
Right now, yes. In this point in the story, yes, but...
Yeah, it's Russian territory.
Yeah, okay.
So, at crossing the border, he has to give his photo and everything, his passport.
Yep.
And they take record of that. And one of the looters now is in the police/army. Never really said in the movie which one he was part of, but he was part of a government organization.
KGB, maybe?
Could be. Secret police. That's what I said, police. Secret
Yeah.
police, army. And he sees Lecter's name.
Yep.
And that, of course, rings all types of bells.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lecter goes home to the hunting lodge where they were hiding.
Yep.
And the looter also goes there. And coincidence is it's at the same exact time. And sees Lecter. Well, as
wild boar.
Yeah, a wild boar comes charging out of the door.
Poor Lecter and boars. He does not have luck with boars.
What are you talking about? They never bug him. They just go past him.
No, but still.
So as Lecter's poking around in the house, that guy, the looter, tries to attack him, but gets captured instead.
Yep.
So he's also found a bag of dog tags and material that's been looted by these people.
Yep.
And a ledger, I guess. You don't really hear much about the ledger, except they all want the ledger back for some reason.
Probably has all their names and information.
Well, the dog tags have that too.
I know, but they were supposed to grab the dog tags too.
Yeah.
So they got.
Okay. So now he has names.
Yep.
All the names of the looters. And he finds the remains of his sister.
Yep.
Yeah, so he ends up burying them. And he basically starts, pardon the language, mind-fucking the looter.
Mm-hmm.
He's just fucking with his mind and everything else.
Yep.
So he's got him tied up to a tree, wrapped a couple times with rope, and once around the neck, and basically attaches it to the horse, and he starts making the horse walk off and strangling him slowly until he gets all the and backing up the horse until he gets all the information he wants.
Okay.
And then he basically pops the guy's head off with the rope. And
Is that even possible?
I don't know. I'm assuming so, because enough force you're gonna crush the throat and the bones and
That's
everything.
my question. Is that even possible?
Well, I don't know about the pop. I'm just using the pop for dramatic effect, but it basically crushed the throat and everything. It is possible for that.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know if it's possible to actually sever it cleanly.
Yeah. Because we're going to come back to this scene, actually, later on. And so that's why I'm wondering, is it even possible for that to happen?
If it was violent enough, yes.
Okay.
But the way the horse was moving, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It would have to be almost at a full gallop
Yeah.
for anything to remotely, like, pop.
Okay.
I mean, at least that's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Logically. And so this is where he had his first taste of human blood.
Yep. Literally.
Yep. The blood splattered across his face, and of course, he takes a taste.
Yep.
And so he cuts off the guy's cheeks,
Yep.
gathers some wild mushrooms, and has himself a shish kebab. So this is where it all starts, the cannibalism.
Yep.
So he goes back to Paris. His aunt was worried. He tells the aunt that he knows who the looters are, or the killers are, basically, what happened.
Yep, and he wants to find them.
Yes, he does. So, in the process, he actually gets his aunt's unwilling cooperation to help him. Mm-hmm. She really doesn't like the idea. She wants him to turn in the names and let the police handle with it.
Yep.
But he's turned vigilante. He wants to do it on his own.
Yeah.
So, on the first name, or the first one he's checked into, he's at a restaurant. The guy owns it. He has a family now.
Yep.
But we see Misha's bracelet on his daughter's arm.
Yep.
And that's one of those ouch.
Yeah.
So, he actually has the kid come over to him at the table without the father or mother knowing, and sticks a dog tag in the kid's pocket.
Yep.
And father calls the kid back over there and everything, and he finds the dog tag in the pocket.
Yep.
And he looks back where the kid was at, and of course Lecter and his aunt were gone.
Yep. Basically, yeah. What happened? We flash to him talking to the other deserters at this point, right?
No, the inspector shows up next.
Inspector. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and well, no. That was completely wrong. We're at the dock now, with all the other looters.
Like I said.
Yeah, okay. I skipped one of my notes.
Okay.
I skipped a note paragraph. But yeah, we're at a dock now where the looters are having a meeting about Lecter.
Yep.
One of them didn't even remember the guy's who the kid was.
Yeah.
Figured Edith's sister, you'd at least remember the name.
Yeah, I know.
So one of the looters was sent to Paris to take care of Lecter.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. So after that scene, the inspector shows up now, asking about Hannibal and the looters. And he's talking to the aunt at this time. I'm sorry. He went to their house and he starts talking to his aunt about Hannibal and the looters, trying to get information about it.
Okay.
And then he goes through Lecter's room and he sees the pictures.
Yeah.
And it's like, can you even do that at that time without a warrant? I don't know what the laws were like back then.
I don't know what French law was. Sometime, yeah, I have no clue.
Okay.
I'm lost on French law. Unless it's in the Third Republic, which is like 1870 time frame.
Yeah, no. We're much further past
Yes.
that. Okay. So, after that scene, we're at the med school. And we see the looter break into the school. Because he left the window open, which left a draft, basically, Hannibal knew that somebody entered because it moved some paperwork around that he was working on.
Yep.
And so Hector starts setting up his elaborate plan, or not Hector. Yeah. Lecter starts setting up his plan to capture the looter.
Yep.
As the looter's trying to sneak up on him
he
to
just
kill.
has a body, give him a hand. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Ends up cutting off one of the cadaver's hands.
Yep.
And putting it into a sleeve, make it look like he's still at a desk.
Yep.
And so the looter falls for it and ends up getting captured.
Yep.
Knocked out and whatnot.
He was polite. He apologized.
Yeah.
To the body.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else is this? Okay, so at this point, after he gets captured, the inspector is now in the med school.
Mm-hmm.
We see him enter and everything, and he starts walking down the hallway, and then we go back to the Hannibal and looter.
Yep.
Of course, Hannibal starts asking him questions,
mm-hmm.
and the looter somehow admits that to eating 12 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, he ends up drowning the looter.
Yeah. In, what was that?
I don't know what that liquid, I don't know if it's water or something.
Embalming fluid. It was some kind of embalming fluid.
Okay, in a big old pool of embalming fluid.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other...
bodies.
Yeah. So, as Lecter was leaving that area, the inspector shows up.
Yep.
And they run into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Lecter's actually keeping pretty calm about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the inspector warns Lecter not to kill in France. Bit late there, dude.
Yeah.
Talks about how the looters are trying to get Lecter... Or, he starts talking about looters trying to get Lecter to admit killing one of the looters. Mm-hmm. The one that on the Russian side?
Yeah, in Lithuania.
In Lithuania, because the inspector was there investigating that scene too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's trying to get him to talk about it.
Yeah.
And of course, does not really succeed at all.
No, he did talk about what happened to his sister, though, if I remember right.
I think so too. Yep, because the inspector. No, this is not at the med school. The inspector takes him down to the station.
Yeah.
And this is where Lecter tells the inspector all the whole backstory.
Yeah.
About what happened when he was a kid and what these guys did to him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes home, and this is when it really starts showing that Lecter and the aunt are starting a romantic relationship at this time.
Yeah.
I don't know if the aunt's trying to do it to get him to stop, trying to bribe him, basically, or if she's actually showing true emotion toward him.
She's showing true emotion toward him.
Okay. Well, they're not related by blood, so...
No.
I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, they're not related. But yeah, she does... sorry. She does feel for him, so...
In the books, is it much further than just a little bit of trying to kiss?
It alluded to much further, but nothing for sure.
Yeah, okay. It's just
And that
hints.
is what it is going to be with Hannibal. Everything's all
Hints.
of things, but I mean, with books and the movies, so...
Yeah. But the aunt tries to get Lecter to let the police handle it. Mm-hmm. And of course, Lecter is not having that at all. He wants his revenge.
Well, he says he promised Misha. So.
Yeah. It's the same thing. He wants his revenge. He wants his pound of flesh.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, he goes back to med school, and he eats the drowned guy's cheeks. And burns all the evidence in the incinerator.
Yep.
And he starts prepping for the next kill. So, he infiltrates the next looter's house, which is the leader.
Yep.
He's actually the leader. And he played around when he had the guy's rights.
Yeah.
Lecter got cocky and he played.
Yep.
And got captured.
Yep.
But he did set up a backup explosion, basically, a backup plan just in case something did happen and he had to get away, I guess.
Yep.
And, of course,
a little bit of pyrocide there.
And so he got away.
Yep.
But, and hopefully he learned his lesson there. Don't play.
Don't play with your food. Everybody's taught that.
I know, especially when you know there's going to be other enemies around.
I know.
You're not a cat, dude. So he got away. Well, we're back at the Paris house. He goes back to Paris, and there's a sign of struggle at this house.
Yep.
His aunt's been kidnapped.
Yep.
And they want to trade the evidence for the aunt at a certain payphone at mile mark or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a payphone and a payphone.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know Paris at all, so never been.
Yeah. But as part of the evidence that the aunt was still alive, she tries to hint at Lecter to just listen to the birds tweeting.
The ortolans.
Yeah, the ortolans. But I'm pretty sure Lecter already picked up on that when the first time you heard them.
You can kind of hear them, but when she smacked the cage to make them make a lot of noise, did the whole listen.
Yeah.
He really caught on then.
Yeah.
Listen and okay, I'm hearing the ortolans.
Yeah.
I know where we are because the ortolans are not that common.
Mm-hmm.
So him having those in his restaurant is a very telling sign.
Yeah, because we ran across the ortolans earlier back at that first restaurant where the looter owns, where he slipped the dog tag in the kid's jacket.
Yep.
So now he knows where to actually go to get more information about where his aunt's actually going to be at and everything. Because the drop-off point was just a double cross. They were just going to kill him when he got there.
Yep.
That's what the looters planned. But this looter leader is actually also into, well, slave trade in modern terms.
Yep.
And you see that throughout his whole thing, and he's very controlling when it comes to women and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes his aunt to his houseboat.
Yep.
And basically threatening to have his way with her and everything, and all that other good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lecter goes to the restaurant. Of course, they fight, and the looter loses.
Yeah.
It's going to be obvious plot. Bad guy's going to lose. Good guys.
He actually gave him a chance, though.
Well, no, the looter loses. Lecter gets the info about where his aunt is.
Yeah.
And then he gives the looter a chance.
Yeah.
But that smile that Lecter was giving him, it was also another part of his mind fuck.
Yeah.
He wanted that looter to attack him.
Yeah.
And so he was just egging him on with that smile.
Mm-hmm. But if that looter had just
Walked
away, he might have...
He would have honored his aunt's wish, I think.
Yeah, he would have honored his word.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a chance. He just did not take it.
And so he gets a sword to the brain pan.
Yep.
Okay. So Hannibal gets to the houseboat.
Yep.
We're getting too close to the end of the movie now.
Yes.
Okay, the big end scene, not almost. Okay, houseboat. So, he gets to the houseboat, he gets on, he pushes one of the boat people.
Captain, maybe.
Not the captain, I think the captain's the older guy.
Okay.
I think, because most seafaring people are, I don't know. I'm being stereotypical here. But he pushes one of the boatsmen into the canal between the boat and the wall.
Yep.
To create a distraction to get that other boatman over there so Hannibal can get below decks. Mm-hmm. And of course the one that got in the water was crushed between the boat and the canal wall. Yeah. So he's down below deck and he's looking. He spots his aunt from when he was a deck above her and spots her down below. And so he starts making his way down there. You see the looter exit the room, and then Hannibal enters. Hannibal gets shot in the back.
Yeah.
As the looter said, I shot you in your spine.
Yeah.
And so you can't move. He starts basically saying, you can't move, blah, 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 I can do whatever I want. But we learned that the sword took the bullet.
Yep.
Because he pulled the sword out, and you can see where it broke and everything. Mm-hmm. So, Lecter was just fine. He was just playing possum.
Yeah. Real good.
Waiting for the looter to turn his back on him.
Yep.
So, he ends up cutting his Achilles tendon.
Yep.
Doesn't paralyze him or anything, but he can't walk on it. Mm. So, the way the looter was dragging himself around after that made no sense. It made it seem like though he had a spinal injury and couldn't move from the waist down.
Yeah, I have no idea what happens when you get the Achilles tendon.
You just can't walk. You can still get on your knees and crawl that way.
But do you heal enough to be able to move normally again afterwards?
What do you mean heal enough?
After it's been hit.
What do you mean heal though?
Let's say you never mind.
It's like, yeah, you're going to have pain, but you can still move.
Yeah.
You can still crawl. Okay. Not just use your hands and your lower body not even moving, though. Mm-hmm. That's what's got me kind of going, what? So he incapacitated the looter, and this is where he learned that he also ate his sister.
Yes.
And that basically
sets him off.
Yep. It sets him off real bad.
Yeah.
So he carves an M into the leader's chest, mm-hmm. and he's yelling "M for Misha."
Yep.
And in comes that last boat person.
Yep.
And the aunt shoots him, kills him.
Yep. And she tries to get him to stop.
Mm-hmm. So he does stand up. He is trying to get his aunt out of there real quick. Mm-hmm. Hannibal says, "I love you," to his aunt.
Yep.
But she basically says, "There's not enough in you to love."
Yep.
Basically rejected him because he lost his humanity, she said.
Yeah.
And so the aunt's leaving, and as she's leaving, she sees Lecter enter a frenzy.
Yep.
And because he starts in on the looter, eating him raw, basically.
Yeah, just biting his face off, basically.
Yeah.
Just full on.
Going into a frenzy.
Yep.
Okay. Later, after that, she's up on a bridge
mm-hmm.
with the police, and the boat blows up. No one reacts to it, really. You see, it's like no one. It's like you see the inspector kind of look at it, and the aunt, but no one else reacts to it at all. It's like big explosion on the water, but yet everyone's like do 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 do. Yeah. So, and she sees Lecter in the tree line, of course.
Yep.
Okay, the next scene after that. Or is there anything else?
There is, it depends on what your next scene is. That's,
Canada.
Okay. Yeah. In the book, actually, Popeil does catch Lecter after the boat explosion. And he actually does throw him in jail for a little bit. It's just that when his crimes get published in the papers, everyone, because he was going around killing the people that killed his sister, and because all those people were collaborators, the French demanded he be released. And to the point where they ended up having to release him.
They pardoned him, basically.
Yeah, because of what happened.
But at the same point, isn't that them also legitimizing his vigilante?
Yes, but a lot of people did that.
Yes,
To
I understand.
collaborators. There were people that were... The collaborators, a lot of them, depending upon what they did, were guillotined, like that one prisoner. Some of them were beaten and killed in the streets. I mean, there was a lot of
Anger
and whatnot.
and revenge.
Yep. And so it was just another revenge story. That his whole family was killed. And he was angry, and so he did what a lot of other people had tried or did do.
But was it published in the books? Was it published that he was eating them too?
I don't remember that part, that specific.
Because if that was also included in it, other than just him killing his tormentors, wouldn't that be a whole different thing?
It should be, yes.
Because if they didn't publish that, then it's just him being a vigilante killing his tormentors.
Yeah.
Now, if they put in the whole he was eating them too, then it might be a little bit of disgust in there, and they probably wouldn't want him released.
Don't know, though. It depends on how you see it.
I know, back then it was a different day, time, different mindsets.
Only a little bit, but... I mean, people are still horrified by cannibalism, but,
Yeah.
I mean, they were already dead. So,
Yeah.
murder bad, but a lot of people will see murder as bad, but cannibalism itself not.
Yeah.
So, because there are multiple reasons for that.
Okay. So, after the boat scene, he goes to Canada for the final looter.
Yep.
And the final looter is a taxidermist.
Yeah.
So, it's a real quick scene, like, 2-minute scene maybe?
Maybe,
Yeah.
even.
He just goes in there and the guy's like, "Can I help you?" And Hannibal just smiles. "I'm here to pick up a head."
Yep. And hands him the dog tag.
Yep. And that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
So, you said you wanted to look into some psychoanalysis stuff?
No, just,
Or was it something else?
just kind of some information on Hannibal himself, the
Character?
inspiration for the character. Basically, one of the inspirations that is not as well known is Thomas Harris was a journalist, basically, when he was at one point, and he went down to Mexico to actually interview an American that was in a Mexican prison there. While he was there, he started talking to the doctor that was working there. Very suave, intelligent, was able to give a lot of just background and interesting information about almost every prisoner there. And on his way out, he talked to the guard about how interesting this conversation with this doctor was. And the guard's like, yeah, he's a good doctor. He's also a prisoner here. He's in prison because he basically killed his boyfriend, chopped him up using his medical skills, and stored him in a suitcase. He's also suspected of possibly killing multiple other people, but never got convicted for it because there's just never any evidence of it.
Okay.
And Thomas Harris never revealed the name of this doctor. He just called him Dr. Salazar up until 2008, after the man passed away, because he tried to live a normal life after being released, and so he would not release the name.
Yeah.
But now that he has passed, his name is Alfredo Bali Trevino.
Okay. Was he part of any type of crime syndicate or anything?
No, he was just a regular doctor who mutilated his boyfriend. His medical practice, he only really would work with people who actually you normally could not afford it.
Okay.
So he helped people who really needed a lot of help.
Was this
So
before or after?
both?
Okay,
Before
so
and
he did go
after.
back into
He
medical
did
practice?
Go back into the medical
And
practice.
they let him?
Mexico.
Okay.
I mean, he was helping people who needed it. So,
Okay.
another inspiration for Hannibal is Albert Fish. This guy freaks me the heck out.
You who love all serial killers?
BTK freaks me out. He waits in your house for you. It's like Hinterkaifeck all over again. But Albert Fish, yeah, he lived in the 1870s, so way back ago.
Okay.
Thank God. He's serial killer, child rapist, and cannibal
Okay, where?
in the United States,
Where?
Washington, D.C.
Okay.
and New York. He also enjoyed sending nude photographs to random people through the mail. So, yeah.
Playboy.
I know, not a new thing. So, he was killed in the electric chair in 1936.
Okay.
So,
Do you got any information about how they caught him?
those photographs, they
Oh.
eventually were able to trace it back to him, actually, even way back then.
Okay.
So, if you wish to learn more, go for it. I'm not gonna go deeply into Albert Fish. I want sleep tonight. Another one I have is more inspired by, might be the inspiration for Lecter's backstory, actually.
Okay.
And this is a man named Andrei Chikatilo. He is known as, he was in the Ukraine. So, basically, serial killer, cannibal, necrophiliac.
Gotta get off somehow.
Yeah, killed about 52 to 56 people. Didn't get caught until 1990.
Awesome.
So,
And they found all the bodies?
he confessed to them.
But they couldn't find them or anything?
Well, cannibal.
No.
I mean,
Bones?
mutilation, evisceration, or some of the other words used with Andrei Chikatilo.
Well, evisceration is when you cut the stomach on the bottom open
Okay.
and the guts fall out. That's evisceration.
Okay. His backstory that he claims to have is that he was living in the Ukraine, and he wasn't born until 1936.
Okay.
But he claimed that neighbors broke in, took his brother, and cannibalized him. The thing is that not many people, there's no evidence of him having a brother, there's no paperwork or anything like that, and so a lot of people are real questionable on whether or not that is true. This is another reason why I've been kind of iffy.
This was USSR?
Ukraine.
Ukraine?
Yes, that's where the Holodomor
1936?
took place.
In 1936?
Yep.
Mom could have had the kid at the house and no one know about it.
I don't know.
It's still common to have midwives
Yeah.
back then.
And the Holodomor, he lived in that area for the Holodomor, the terror famine. But that was from 32 to 33. So,
Okay.
and then another one, Ted Bundy, who influences everybody, apparently. The more specific Ted Bundy stuff is the fact that Ted Bundy actually did escape from prison at one point to go on and kill many more people.
Okay.
So, yes, they have Hannibal escaping in Silence of the Lambs like that. Well, Ted Bundy did that. So,
What's the next one?
the next one we have, this one is not an inspiration for Hannibal Lecter. He's too modern for it, but I found him really interesting.
So he's got nothing to do with Hannibal at all? Or the movies?
Yes and no. It's more, I think Hannibal almost influenced this guy.
Okay.
In weird ways. I'll try to be quick. His name is Johann Jack Unterweger, Austrian serial killer and rapist, killed 12 victims. Basically, he was caught for the first time when he was 16, and while he was in prison, he basically worked really hard as a writer and poet and whatnot to change himself, quote unquote.
Okay.
And because of that, people are like, release him. He's changed. He's reformed.
Okay.
Can't think of the word there.
Yeah, that's it.
And so he gets released. He works as a journalist. He ends up making decent money because of it. Wears the finest clothing, has the nicest Mustang car, the finest, going out to all the cocktail parties.
Yep.
And while working as a journalist, he managed to kill 6 more people. That's not the end of it, though. His paper, who doesn't know he's still serial killing, decides, let's send him to America to investigate Los Angeles criminal underground. So he goes to Los Angeles and to do the paper. And he works with the police there to help catch this weirdo who is killing prostitutes.
Okay.
It's him.
Mm.
He literally helped the police to catch a serial killer who basically, he was himself committing the murders.
Mm.
So that's where...
Why didn't you just tell the police, oh, yeah, that was me?
Oh, gee, why? Don't you just randomly confess?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, he goes back to Austria, still not caught, obviously, but people are catching on to him. And he escapes again, basically. And they basically chase him through Switzerland, to France, to Canada, and finally back to the United States where they finally catch him.
Okay.
Basically. So, yeah.
So when did he start this killing?
Oh. First one was in 1976, and he got caught in 1992.
Okay.
Silence of the Lambs and all those were already... The movie was out. The books, Silence and Red Dragon, was already out at this point.
The books might be, but I don't know about the movies.
At least they would have been starting to film it by then.
Yeah, because Hannibal came out in 2001, and then... so that means Silence of the Lambs came out in 1991.
Yep, and he wasn't caught till 1992.
Yep, so he wasn't really influenced by these.
Oh, right. So he wouldn't have been. It's just weird timing then.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Wow,
Timing.
that is weird timing.
He wouldn't have been had time to be influenced by anything.
Yeah, wow.
Because if he was on the run still,
Yeah.
And
he also, the Austrians, they still thought he was innocent until he was finally convicted in 1994.
Okay.
So,
but yeah,
basically...
there was no influence.
Yeah, wow, okay. So... But yeah, that's Jack Unterweger. I found him really interesting. Kind of reminded me of the whole international and high-class living and helping police try to not catch him.
Ah.
So...
Okay. So, freebie on serial killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while he was in L.A., he stayed at the Hotel Cecil, which is like an iconic hotel in L.A. Night Stalker stayed there. Just...
I've never really heard of it.
Okay. There's this documentary on Netflix, so...
Yeah, I'm not much for docs all that much.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the last of the Hannibal series movies, right?
Yep.
So we get to start on the Hannibal TV series.
Yes.
She's really excited for this because she really wants to see my reaction on some of these episodes.
Ortolan. And so, yeah, I'm definitely excited for the TV show. So we're also going to be having a bit of a time jump, so it's going to be kind of like a Patrick Stewart versus James McAvoy Xavier thing going on here.
Yeah, I have no clue what she's talking about.
Yeah, I'm the nerd. X-Men?
Okay, what about X-Men? You said a bit of a time jump, so I don't know who you're referring
you'll
to.
understand when we start it.
Okay, because I
We
have...
start out, we finally get to see the Garrett Jacob Hobbs case, so yay.
Yeah, because the movies I have seen 90% of the movies. The shows I have never seen.
Well, you've seen all the movies now, but yeah.
I'm saying before we started this.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I've seen all but one of them.
Yeah.
The original, the Manhunter one.
Yep. So there will be a lot less talk about a lot of the sexual aspects of crimes in the TV show, because Brian Fuller hates that, and I will thank him forever for that.
Darn it.
So, sex crimes.
Ah, okay.
I said sex crimes.
Okay.
Even the Red Dragon segment, he toned that down just because he got sick and tired of the whole using rape as a shock, and I will forever thank him for that. So,
No, well, that's good.
yeah.
Okay, so next time the TV series we'll do 2 to 3 episodes per cast.
It's up to you, yeah.
We'll start with 2, see what the time's like on that, and then if we can squeeze in one more, we'll squeeze in one more.
Okay.
All right, well, you guys have a good day, and hope you enjoyed listening. Bye.